So this is my son. And actually, I gave a talk here a while ago, and this was his age when I came down here the first time, ironically. He's on his tricycle, and we live, where we live, there's a little slope in front of our door that goes into a parking lot. There's also a sidewalk that goes this way. So if you want to go down our front walkway and stay on the sidewalk, you need to make a 90-degree turn. And this, again, is just a little slope. We were going out one morning. He dressed himself like this. I claim no responsibility. He says to me, Mama, because I usually carried the tricycle down to the bottom of that little slope so that he didn't have to try to make the T because he was 3 years old. Mama, can I just try going down, do the turn? And I said, no, buddy, not this morning. It was early in the morning. We were on our way to a thing on campus. And he said, please, Mama. And I said, no, hon, I'm going to bring it down. And then he said it again. And if any of you are parents, you know that tone of voice that's really not asking you. What they're really saying is, I'm going to do this. Would you like to be here, or would you like me to wait until you've turned your back? Because it's happening. You want in? So I said, okay. And I thought to myself, well, unlike many situations, I can physically stop him from going into the parking lot if he can't make the turn. It's a tricycle, he's little, I can physically stop him. Okay. All right, I was like, but buddy, when you get towards the bottom, you're going to have to turn really hard. You have to pull the handlebars. I got it. So he starts coming down. I'm like, all right, Griff, turn. He yanks the handlebars, dumps the bike, somehow puts out his hands, which surprised me, to catch himself. Jumps up. I can see that his hands are scraped. He puts them behind. He's like, can you do it again? And honestly, the first thing that went through my head was like, it's 10 o'clock. I can't have a martini. How am I supposed to cope with this? And I was like, okay, hon, sure. Second time he dumped it. Third time he dumped it. Fourth or fifth time he actually made the turn. Now, not because my son is oh so great, but because any kid given enough opportunity on a tricycle will figure it out. But more importantly, when we bought his two-wheeler, and it had a front handlebar brake, and I was warning him about jamming that brake on. He's like, well, why? It'll stop the bike. And I was like, but if you stop the front tire too fast, you're going to go over the handlebars. And I said, and you're going to hit the pavement. And remember falling off your tricycle? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, this would hurt 20 times worse. Really? Yeah, so don't do it. Can you take the cable out? And I was like, I will. And just use the back brake. Because he had that first experience, the second one was diminished. Would you rather have your kid fall off their two-wheeler or a motorcycle? Would you rather have them fail a test in 4th grade or in college? Where do you want the experience to happen? Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, just to, again, underscore, because whenever I hear this story out loud, I feel like it's like celebrating me as a parent. This is later that same day. Exact same day. He got his face painted, and he asked if he could jump off this thing that's on campus. And I was like, absolutely not. So he did, and again, if any of you are close enough, you can see there are huge grass stains on his knees because he couldn't stick the landing, but kept doing it and doing it. So I gave up and started photographing like a responsible parent. But here's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes to our kids.
You okay? There. It's all right. It'll be okay.
No, it won't.
Sure it will. You'll see.
No, I promised him I'd never let anything happen to him.
Huh. That's a funny thing to promise.
Huh?
Well, you can't never let anything happen to him. Then nothing would ever happen to him. Not much fun for little Harpo.
So that's the rub, right? We don't want anything to happen to him. But if nothing happens to him, nothing will ever happen to him. So how do we accomplish this? Oh, yeah. There are always those times when we're not around. And they're with their friends. Here comes the best part.
Oh.
Cool. Do you think either boy would have done that walking home alone? Probably not, and there's a third person filming. And then there's Haley.